Hello, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are you doing? Sorry, I was having some technical difficulties logging on. I want to say thank you so much for joining me tonight. We have a very, very, very great topic to discuss. Please let me know if you're receiving any feedback. One moment. All right. Hopefully, y'all can hear me okay now. All right. Greetings and welcome to my channel, which is J Marie Live. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jamila Hillary Harris. I do a lot of work in the community. I do also work for the government, but that's something that's set aside from this. But educating the community and trying to help people be their very best sense of self is something that I do. I'm not getting paid any type of special money for this. I honestly just want to help people. And hopefully, with the messages that I bring, it can help you heal from traumatic experiences that you may be going through at this particular time, that you've been through, but to let you know that you're not on this journey alone. Oftentimes we go through so many different things and battle so many situations in the privacy of our homes. And we always have this look like, hey, I'm great, I'm this, that, and the other. But like I tell my children, depression looks like a smile too. So instead of you feeling depressed about any type of situation, in particular tonight about being single, we're going to talk about it. So, with that being said, we're going to begin with talking about some stereotypes that's associated with being single. And I need to remind you that your government status says single. So, even if you're in a relationship, on paper, you are single, but you're in a relationship. And so, sometimes you have to act accordingly. As my grandmother used to tell us, God rest her soul, why buy the cow if you can get the milk for free? That is such a true saying. One of the things that I think that I made as being a single woman, previously is living with someone. And oftentimes we always think, okay, yeah, from an economic standpoint, living with someone is going to be a great thing. But what you don't realize is you are automatically putting yourself in the role of a wife. Whether he's worthy or not, he's being put into role of a husband because you guys are in a relationship. And in today's society, we have given our own definition of relationship. Technically, when you're single, you're supposed to be taking care of yourself, rebuilding yourself, building yourself each and every single day. But a lot of times when we're single, we're going to find the next person. And so whatever trauma we had inside of us from before, we still haven't taken the time to heal. So now you have a broken person getting ready to get into a relationship with possibly a healed person or another broken person. So then you have trauma bonds, or you have one person that's giving their all, and by the time that relationship ends, yeah, that person is now healed, but that other person is now broken. And so we need to be careful of that. Let's talk about some of the stereotypes that are associated with being single. Oftentimes, when you are single, people automatically assume that you are lonely. And I can tell you from being in a relationship and also from a standpoint of being single, that being single does not mean lonely. Okay. It only means lonely if you allow it to mean lonely. You know, go out here, get yourself some friends, a circle of people that you can go have tea with or go bowling with, people that uplift you and motivate you on a regular basis so that you feel confident each and every single day of your life. If you don't have anybody, y'all send me a thing and we can go somewhere. I love going with people. Trust and believe me, my family will call in a heartbeat and say, hey, Mella, I'm in Tennessee. Can you come? I'm getting ready to go there in about a week or so. So, you know, it's to me, to save your life, to make you feel important, you're never too far. And I don't want you to feel like you're alone. And some people love to say, well, I'm an introvert. I'm this, I'm that. Why are you like you? Why are you that? Why do you choose to be that way? One day everyone that's in your circle is going to die. And because you haven't taken the chance to become friendly or get to know other people, you are going to be lonely. And we don't want that. And and this is the thing. We need to stop just focusing on intimate relationships. Focus on some relationships first with yourself, but then also with your family. Another stereotype that is associated with being single is some people like to assume that a single person is problematic. Not the fact that you're practicing self care, but you're problematic. And that is the reason why you're single. And what I say in regards to that is I sleep good at night, not knowing someone's cheating on me. Keep that in mind. Okay. Just because you are single does not mean just throw your body away. Your body is a temple. You are worthy. You are beautiful. You are handsome. And I need you all to find your worth and stop allowing society to define who you are and tell you you have to be this or you have to be that. You don't have to do anything but be yourself. You are perfectly and wonderfully made the way that God wants you to be. Another stereotype, I'll say, especially with Black women or with women in general that are independent, we always get the saying that we're too masculine. I know many of you have heard of that. Oh, she's too masculine, her masculine energy. Honey, do you know what your energy is? You know, a woman and a man need to have a balance of both feminine and masculine energy. The feminine energy itself is more of a nurturer. The masculine energy helps you to dominate, be protective of yourself, that drive, and put those together is dynamic. So don't let anybody shortchange you. Don't allow anyone to make you feel less than who you are. If they can't accept you for who you are, meaning if you are a positive person, not somebody that's out here that's an assassin trying to kill somebody, I don't support that. But if you are a positive person out here trying to do great things, and no, you may not look like you stepped out of Jet magazine, but you are authentic and you are real, be yourself. And if that person can't appreciate who you are, love yourself so much that when you get in that next relationship, whether that person loves you the way that they need, whether they love you the way that you feel you should be loved, you already know what good love feels like. See, we spend too much time putting too much energy into people that don't deserve us. Okay, so now we're gonna go with another stereotype. Sometimes people assume that you stuck up. Oh, she thinks she better than everybody. That's why she don't have no man, or she don't have, or he don't have a woman, because they think they better than anybody. Well, in a sense, you are, because you think of yourself as being a person of stature and a person that's just not gonna throw yourself out there and become community property and sleep with everybody and their mama. So yeah, in a sense, you are better. And that don't mean you have to be prideful and stuck up, but I want you to remember something. Other people's opinions of you is none of your business. There are 7 billion people in this world, over 7 billion people in this world. We are no longer going to allow the opinion of one person to navigate and dictate how we feel and how we navigate and move in this life. Okay, if you're doing that today, you're going to stop. That's why you're here today. That's why you're listening to what I have to say for you, because you are beautiful, you are powerful, and you need to find out whatever talent and purpose that God has for you in your life and get out here and get it. All right. Some people like to assume because you're single, you're antisocial. That's why nobody wants to be with you. They don't want to keep in mind that maybe you just don't want to deal with baggage and you're just giving, again, yourself a break. See, people don't understand peace because they're used to chaos. If you look at the social media like TikToks and even the reels and stuff like that, it's usually about 7 seconds that it allows you to see whatever you're going to see. And what we don't realize is these apps are also training our mind and our attention span. So we're not able to deal with so many different things. And it may, in some ways, give you social anxiety, but you have to take a break from some of these things and deal with real people. You know, those that feel like you're antisocial, 9 times out of 10, you realize that the characteristics of that individual does not meet up with whatever you have going on with your life. So don't feel guilty for being a little selfish with yourself, because you don't have to give anybody anything. You don't have to give anybody your time. Your time is a sacrifice. It is the one thing that you give that you can never get back. And guys, we only have on a 24-hour clock probably about 168 minutes in a week. If you sleep 80 hours, work 40 hours, or however many hours on average, an American only has about 3 days a week to spend with their family, time at home, and you know, time with home, the spouse, so on and so forth. But because the government and the world is just keeping us busy, 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 we don't realize that we actually are on a fast pace to death, to the point where we get afraid of our jobs that's out here. We're going to lose our jobs. Well, if you lose your life, they're going to replace you. So take care of yourself. Another stereotype that's associated with being single is people love to say that you're damaged. Not that you're healed, but you are damaged. And if you allow these people to manifest these things over you and continuously continue to be in their presence, they will attack your self-esteem and they will take your power from you. And tonight, we're not going to do that no more. Tonight, we're going to reach into the air and we're going to reclaim our power, because that's what you need to do. God has empowered you to be purpose for greatness. You just got to hear him. You know, for everybody that's single, for you to understand where I'm coming from, it's some scriptures that I discovered because nobody really showed them to me before, and I never heard anybody preach on them. But First Corinthians, the 7th chapter, I think it's verses 1 through 40, and it tells you how to operate when you're single. You know, we are in a very, very different time than when I grew up. And, you know, a lot of people look at me and be like, girl, you only in your 20s. No, 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 no. I'm not. I'm getting ready to turn 44 years old, and all of my children are adults and they are on their own. So I'm going to tell you, love on you. Time waits for no one. Love on you. And one of the last stereotypes I wanted to tell you about is sometimes people think that you're unlovable. And what they need to say is you're intolerable of someone's mess and someone's baggage. So let them talk their talk. They can put you in whatever stereotype they want to put you in. But understand that as your finances grow, because you are focused, just say praise God and keep it moving. Let them continue to guess and figure out what's going on. If you get married, that's great for you. If you don't get married, that's fine too. The thing is, you know, when I was reading those scriptures that I was telling you guys about, you know, when I was growing up, they always made us, you know, they told you got to grow up, you got to get married, get your husband. When you get your husband, you know, you got to do this and do this and that. Like a husband was the ultimate goal. And with me, I was a little inquisitive child. I didn't see it like that. And as I watched the relationships of the people that I was around, my parents, you know, they never got married. And then, but my grandparents were married, and then both of my parents were married, but to other people. So I've always been around marriage and seen people married, and you know, that's what my family does. Everybody gets married, they have kids, you know, they live their lives. But I also saw from friends and family how unhappy some of those people are in their marriage. I also saw how some people are single and in their marriage. I also saw how some people are married and acting single too. So there's a lot going on with this. And I'm like, man, look. And then when people would start talking about, they would say, oh, a woman is supposed to be submissive to a man. But they forgot to read the rest of the Bible verses, you know, in regards to in regards to, sorry, y'all, my neighbors are outside in there. I'm not sure what's going on out there. I'm staying my way. So I apologize for the noise, but just understand that when it comes to submission, you've got to understand that it's an umbrella effect. And I don't know if any of y'all know about me having a podcast. I explained that on the podcast because right now I am doing a series called The Growth Cycle of Intimate Relationships, and I break it down using the human life cycle to help you understand how the course of your relationship may be flowing. And, it may be moving fast, it may be moving slow, but at some point, you're going to hit those different points and periods that I speak about. But just as it says, a woman needs to submit to her husband, if she chooses to marry, the man has to submit to God. And so then he's supposed to love his wife as Christ loved the church. See, that part the men don't talk about. And it actually has a longer passage for the men than it does the women, because the man is supposed to lead. This is God, this is the man, and this is the woman, and this is the children. Okay? But the man submits to God. And then ultimately, because he's becoming one flesh with that woman, that man is loving that woman as he loves himself. But see, because men don't submit to God, they can't fully rise to their potential to be the husband that they need to be in their marriages. And then that's why it's taking them so long to figure out, whether or not they want to marry someone. But let me tell y'all something. I'm going to show y'all something. You see this candle? You see this right here? It looks so cute, right? It's a gold candle. See this? Don't allow no man or no woman to make you a placeholder in their life. Don't let them sit you in a candle holder. Okay? So you just stay there while they trying to fix whatever they got going wrong. Or they out there dilly-dallying with whoever and whomever, being community property. I need you to know your worth. And I need you to exercise that and exit. Okay? Keep your peace of mind. So, moving on, let's talk about what are the blessings of being single. I've got a few of them, and you probably can name more. But these are things to remind you so that when people try to make you feel bad, if you may not choose to get married, but just in case someone tries to make you feel bad, here's a few blessings of being single. One, you have more time with God. If you notice, sometimes when you get out of a relationship, you have time to exercise, take care of yourself. You looking good, so you're more focused on your dreams, goals, and aspirations. You're more determined sometimes when you're single because, again, you're focusing on yourself. You become independent. You may have been in a codependent relationship or one whereas you didn't know whether or not you can stand on your own. Sometimes when you are in your singleness, you remember self-care. You remember, I came into this world alone. I got to be able to take care of myself. Not even about you take care of anybody else. Learn to take care of you. You are important. I don't care if you have kids. Each and every single day, put out an hour or two, even if you got to get up early, and you focus on you because you are important. You're more than just a house mom. You're more than just a mother. You're more than just a father. You are who you were born to be, and you are important. And I need y'all to remember that. Remember that you are important. When you're single, you're at peace. Some people are not because they just feel like they have to have someone. But when you have people that's like that, they are suffering from some type of traumatic situation of like abandonment or something, that they will put themselves in very harmful situations just for the sake of saying that they have somebody. And so you have to be very careful with that. With being single, I look at this. This is me. This is God. And we're here, right? And this is my peace of mind right here. If this shifts up or this shifts down, I got to get whatever is bothering me or whatever is is manipulating my peace, I have to eliminate it. It doesn't matter who it is. Anybody can get it. A grandma, my kids, my man, anybody can get it. Because I want to be able to consistently hear God's voice, because I'm in this creative space and nobody else's voice around me is helping me to get to wherever I need to go. So I can't have you blocking me. You're either going to help me elevate, or we're going to have to separate for a period of time. That's it. Y'all better learn to give people the gift of goodbye, even if it's for a season. All right? Loving yourself. Even in the Bible, it tells you to love thy neighbor as thyself. People do not take that serious. Even if you're an atheist, think about it. It says, love thy neighbor as thyself, meaning you've got to love you first before you can love anybody else. So if you don't love you, and I don't mean just the good parts of you, I'm talking about the hurt part of you, the part of you that used to be a prostitute, the part of you that used to smoke drugs, whatever you did in your life. So what? You survived it. So you need to meditate, like close your eyes, listen to some nice serene music, whatever you got to do, but you meditate. You go back to those places where your trauma kept you back, because you're still there. A part of you is still there because you will become triggered with certain situations, and you love on yourself. I went all the way back to my childhood, and I love myself from the point of when I first experienced trauma all the way up to my adulthood, and that's how I healed. Did I go to therapy? No. I went to Jesus. I ain't even gonna lie. I started reading the Bible more because I was like, wait, let me see what this Bible got to say. Through my tears and all that other stuff. And I learned to praise my way through the situation. Now, I'm going to let y'all know now, I'm a work in progress. I tell people all the time, I am working on having a Christ-like life. I'm working on that. Okay? So these cheeks here, just trying to tell you, God knows these hands can be lethal if somebody tries to violate me, because I'm going to protect myself. So again, I'm a work in progress. I look here. I can lay hands and I can throw them too. So I'm just letting y'all know, love on yourself. But at least I know that about myself, so that way I don't put myself in those situations. But I learned that about myself because I took the time out to know myself. So learn yourself, learn your triggers, learn the things that can help you elevate, and learn the things that could have you in jail so that you don't do those things. Okay. All right. Keeping in mind, when you are single, be creative. I know that you like, man, I can't do nothing. I'm telling you now that you can do anything that you put your mind to. Tonight, I want you guys, I want you to step out on faith and do something that you may not have ever done before. I want you to write down every single thing that you want. Everything that you feel you want, everything you feel you need. And then I want you to think about whether or not those things are materialistic. And if today was your last day to live, which one of those things on your paper are the most important? And whatever you choose, that's what you need to do first. Okay? That's what you need to do first. You need to be creative. All of us are blessed with talents. But if you've been so busy trying to figure out everybody else's life, and you haven't taken the time out to love on you and get to know you and understand your strengths and your weaknesses, well, today is your day, because you need to do so. Find your inner child. Find your happiness. Nobody is responsible for your happiness but you. Nobody. So intentionally work every day towards your happiness and your peace of mind. Another thing is, a lot of times when you're single, you get financially stable. Like, what do you mean? When you don't have that second income, you learn real quick what your bills look like and how not to live above your means because something else is going to cut off. And so in your singleness, use this time to get your credit together. Don't just talk about it. You can't say I want a man with 700 credit score, or I want a woman with an 800 credit score, and you looking at a cool 300. Okay, y'all. I need you to get it together. Like, I understand wanting to have someone to take care of you, but you're an adult. You need to first be able to take care of yourself. If you can't take care of yourself, go back to the drawing board. Go back to the drawing board. Learn how to take care of you from the inside out. No, you do not have to be rich, but you need to have some sense of self and responsibility that you can manage your relationship and all that comes with it. Relationships can be tough, even your personal relationships with your family and your friends, but all of those relationships take work. Spend quality time on the things that matter to you. For those of you that are out here dealing with someone that has, with men, king baby syndrome or narcissism, be careful with that. I've lived through that, so I know. And I'm gonna tell you now, it made me so happy to be single. But spend time on things that you like, because if you're in a narcissistic relationship, that individual is going to make you feel like you don't have a voice, especially if you're a strong person. Because let me explain something to you. A narcissist does not like a person that's weak. They want a strong person that they can break down to their level. Okay. So in your singleness, while you doing all this great work and getting yourself together, I need you all to be mindful of the red flags. If somebody, when you're dating someone, if they coming on a little strong, seem like they love bombing you, take a step back. You need to look and see who you're dealing with. Okay. The reason being is it's kind of like you giving someone the answers to the test. They're telling you every single thing you want to hear, and you just loving it and loving it. Sweetheart, that is an illusion. Men, that is an illusion. Okay. And just as a reminder, y'all might not want to hear this, but I love it when people like to say, sex is just sex, this, that, and the other. Lies. Sex is not just sex. When you go out here and you randomly have sex with somebody that you do not know, or even if it's somebody that you do know, you're one, giving the keys to a stranger to affect your life. That person can give you AIDS. They can give you gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis, anything. But they can give you something you can't get rid of. And I ain't talking about no baby, because they have adoption for that. And other people use other alternatives. So be very careful. Not only that, when you out here giving yourself away, you're taking on the demons of that individual, and that you might not be ready for. So you're creating a soul tie with somebody that you with a seasonal person that you may not meet again. So then you're thinking in your head, I don't know why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling, this and that. That's because Johnny Joe left you with his leaders, and now you got demons you got to fight, and you might not be. And I'm just being real with you. So let's have some self-respect and some worth about ourselves, and stop giving people the keys to our temple, to our body. This is your body. Don't just let anybody in it. You're precious. You are beautiful. I need y'all to know your worth, learn your worth, men and women alike. And here's another thing. Find the joy in life. When you're single, find the joy in life. Let me tell y'all something. Me, I don't wait for nobody to take me anywhere. I'll take myself out on a date. I go to theaters. And I got a man. It doesn't matter. I go to theaters. I go on trips. I vacation. When I get ready to go, if you're not ready to go with me, baby, it's deuces, because I'm going to live my life to the best of my ability while I'm still here. You're not going to be able to have the ability to travel. You're not going to be able to always have the ability to get out here and take care of your family and your friends. So you need to live your best life. Stop spending all of your time on a, how can I say, a bottomless relationship. If you find yourself going down a rabbit hole with the individual, sweetheart, no penis and no vagina is that good for you to just spend the rest of your life doing absolutely nothing. And yes, I'm talking about body parts because we are grown here. And there's too many grown people that's out here doing foolish and ignorant things. And I need y'all to wake up. I need y'all to be better. I need y'all to understand just because you don't have a baby at the age of 30 years old, life is not over for you. Stop allowing people to put you inside a box. You may not want a baby. You might want to adopt, but you do what's best for you. I cannot stress that enough. So many people are having anxiety because of the thoughts that are running through their mind of what other people are saying to them or what other people are doing to them. Tell yourself in the mirror, I am beautiful. I am strong. If you broke, tell yourself I'm rich. And take $1 back, put some money back until you get to where you need to go. Put some type of plan in place so that you can make steps for your future so that you could be the best version of yourself. Also, remember too that the blessing of being single is you allow yourself time to heal. You allow yourself to heal, time to heal from traumatic situations. So it's okay. It's okay if you're not okay right now, but just love yourself and you will be fine. Right now, I want to tell y'all something. We're going to talk about peace. Peace, defined by the Webster's Dictionary, is basically freedom from disturbances and tranquility. Or tranquility. If a person really loves you, that person is going to add peace to your life. They're going to come and say, baby, how can I help you? What can I do for you? And you do the same for that person too. Nurture your relationship. Listen to each other. Be slow to speak, quick to listen. Work on your communication. If you say you want to be with that person, that's fine. You could be with them. But you need to be in peace when you are with someone. You need to be in peace, not in pieces. Do not allow your life to go on and you'll be miserable dealing with the individual that you're in. If we were to take your life right now at this moment and you are with someone in a relationship, I want you to reflect back on the last 3 years or however long, 6 months. I do a self-evaluation on my life every 6 months to try to figure out where I'm at so I can make sure that I'm moving forward and whoever I'm with or whatever I'm doing is helping me to elevate to the next level. That's something that's a jewel y'all can take. But if you're going through hell right now, if you're going through hell at this very moment, it's not going to change. If you've gone through 3 years of hell with an individual, you're at the crossroads right now. You can either stop it, allow that person the space for them to grow. And if God willing, y'all come back together, you come back together, or you go through 3 more years of additional hell. The choice is yours. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to choose me every day. And I'm not going to feel guilty for choosing me because I'm going to be choosing my peace. And I suggest that you do the same. Because if you were to drop dead at this very moment, whoever your partner is may mourn you when you die, get in the grave, but I guarantee you they may have them somebody else before you even put in your vault and the vault is sealed. They might even come to your funeral. So, guys, I'm telling you now, be careful. Don't be so quick to give your heart away. Take the time out to know someone. There is a difference between dating and courting. And I have a 72-hour rule. And I'll give y'all some jewels with it. But because my time is so precious, I'm asking every single hard question that I'm going to ask. And some people, I've had some men think I was just thought I was rude. But I asked an honest question. And because I wanted to know when I was dating, I asked them, 3 questions. Do you want a relationship? Do you want a friendship, or are you just wanting to have sex? Let's go ahead and get that out the way. And I just tell them, I say, okay, because I don't know, you don't know what my intentions are. I don't know what your intentions are. And depending on how they answer will lead me on to additional questions. And I'll usually know by the end of the date whether or not I even want to continue on having a conversation with this person. But before I even allow myself to go anywhere with anybody, I believe in going Dutch, because I'm sorry, but people are crazy. Meet at a Dunkin' Donuts, a coffee house, something like that. Pay for your own stuff. Sit down with the person. Determine whether or not, first of all, are you attracted to them? Don't be like, looks don't matter. Yes, it does. It does. Stop lying. When you look at a book, guess what you do? You look at the cover of the book, and if the cover of the book, if you read the outside of the book, you look at it, it looks like it's in good condition, you're going to read it. If that book look busted, broke, busted, and disgusted, you know good and well, you might get you some gloves to try to pick that up. So I need y'all to think about that when you are going out on a date. Put a time limit on how much time you're willing to devote to an individual. And here's the other thing. Why are you dating? Is it for the purpose of marriage, or is it for the purpose of just sex? Be real with yourself. You got to know before you start, because you have to be a great listener. Because if that man or that woman tells you all they want is sex, but in your mind it translates, oh, eventually they're going to want a relationship. No, they don't. That person has stated in the beginning where they are and where they're going to be. And you will be foolish to have sex with that person after they state that to you. Because if you get pregnant, then you're expecting them to take care of a child and all this other stuff. Stop with the drama. Stop it. Women use love to get sex. Men use sex to get love. Stop it. Ask these questions. Within 72 hours, determine the likes, dislikes of the person. Ask serious questions. Don't beat around the bush. Don't be shy about it. Go ahead and ask every question. I ask questions, y'all. I'm going to be honest with you. Have you ever been with a man? I ask those questions. And yes, they might look at me like I'm crazy, but in this day and age, that is a question that needs to be asked. I asked them, if we ever decided that we wanted to have sex, would you mind if we go to the doctor, the clinic, so we can get checked together? Yes, I'm asking those questions because this is my life. You know, I'm asking, what are your intentions? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? And allow that person to elaborate, get comfortable with you to the point where they speak freely. Don't have it where a person feels that they have to have a certain expectation other than who they are when you are in the dating realm. And you need to establish within that time frame, or is the purpose of you all continuously dating for the purpose of eventually getting married, so that it leads to courting, or are y'all just having fun? But I do not advise that either, because those situationships lead into craziness too. All right. Prior to entering in a relationship, take the time to have a relationship with God and yourself. Because if you have a relationship with God and yourself, no matter what happens, you are going to make it. I prayed a prayer. I said, God, hide my heart so far into you that a man has to seek your face to get it. Because this is the thing. And this is to say, just because the man go to church, honey, does not mean that that's the man for you, because the devil go to church too. Okay. Just like there's holes in the street, there's holes in the church too. So I need y'all to really think about this. A man is a man, a woman is a woman. Sin is sin. All right. Don't think because someone's status that they're incapable of doing something that's evil. All right. Oftentimes people confuse lust with love, or they put they put lifetime expectations on seasonal people. I give credit to Tyler Perry. I looked at one of the plays. I can't say which one it is, but he brought something up that was very, very significant to me, because he was saying that people are like a tree. And it reminded me of saying that my grandma say, we have to sometimes be like a tree planted by the rivers of the water that shall not be moved. But he said that sometimes people will come into your life, and a person is either a leaf, a branch, or a root in your life. And so you have to put people in those categories. And I use that method. And because the leaf, the sign of first trouble, guess what they do? They blow away. Boom, gone. A branch, a branch gonna hold on. It's gonna look like it's gonna be somebody that's gonna be there for you. But if it gets too rough, that branch is gone. But if you have a root in your life, like your mother, your father, if those are considered your roots, your friends, your family, whoever you have in your circle that are really there for you, those are your roots. And no matter what you go through in your life, those roots are going to still be there for you. So invest in those relationships. Those are the relationships that's going to sustain you in this life. Those are the relationships that are going to help you elevate to the next level in this life. Stop putting time into things that take away from you. Because always remember this, especially if you're an empath, and I'm an empath, I had to learn the hard way that I had to set boundaries with family, friends, etc. because I had takers that would just take from me and wouldn't give me anything back. And so I need you to remember that boundaries, or healthy boundaries, are important. And the only people that's going to get upset about your boundaries are those that want to cross them. So don't feel guilty for protecting yourself, protecting your heart, protecting your mind, your body, and your soul, because there's only one you. There's only one you. God qualified you to be you. You don't have to have the Louis Vuitton, the Gucci, the this, that, and the other. You don't have to have any of that, because at the end of the day, sweetheart, everybody got the same destination: in the ground, cremated, or the ashes smeared wherever they're gonna go. All right. So don't worry yourself about things that you can't change. Pray on it, and let God help you. Okay. If you learn to love you and know you will if you learn to love you and know who you are, you will realize that half the people that approach you aren't even worthy enough to be in your very presence. I'm gonna say that again. Half the people that you associate with yourself at this particular time, when you know yourself, when you love yourself and you learn yourself, half of those people aren't even worthy to be in your presence. And I this is not to say that you are better than them, but because of their intentions, their negative intentions are to take advantage of you and to mistreat you and to not love you, and to do all types of evil things to you, they are not qualified to date you. All right? You are a precious gift from God. You are a gift to the world. There's only one you that holds all the gifts that God has inside of you. And I need you to remember that. And I need you to understand that you don't need to dim your light for nobody. For nobody. I don't care who they are. You need to shine like Rihanna, however she want to say her name. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like the stars in the sky. Shine bright like the sun. You just glow and you grow and continue to be who you are. I want y'all to understand something. I don't, when I get on here, one person may show 240. I don't know who's going to be on here, but I know that when I'm getting woke up like this morning, 3:00 in the morning, and then I just start writing and writing and writing, I know that it's meant for somebody to hear whatever it is that God wanted me to give to them today. And I ain't gonna lie, I asked God one time, I'm like, God, I've been through a lot. Can you get somebody else to do it? He like, girl, you better shut up. You know what you got to do. So I'm like, okay, God, I got you. But this morning alone, I got 3 pages now on Facebook. J. Marie Speaks. I have the J. Marie LLC, J. Marie Inc. LLC, and then I have my personal page. Then also I have my YouTube. One of the reasons why I want to have these various platforms, because I need more people to join me to be able to speak life into other people. I am putting together now a tour for the spring to go to different states to just talk with people. And I'm trying to get free venues so that people can come for free, vendors can come for free, but just to bring the community together. Because I said, if I didn't do anything else in this world, if I can just impact one person's life, then I did what God wanted me to do. And that's enough for me. You know, other people like, you want to be successful in your life? I'm going to tell y'all something. I told my kids this: success is not defined by a degree. Success is defined by the goals that you set for yourself in that day and you achieve. Because you don't have tomorrow, you don't have yesterday. All you have is the present. So we've got to learn to forgive even the tragic things that we have had in our life. We forgive others not because they deserve it, but to set ourselves free. Because if not, that person owns you. They live rent free in your mind and in your life. And every decision that happened within that traumatic situation, you will build on it. Your attitude and everything will continuously build on it. And it will make you bitter inside. And I don't want that for you. I want you to know, if nobody told you I love you today, I love you. And I'll give you a hug through here. But I want you to remember you are powerful. And I need you to reclaim your power. Reclaim whatever it is that you feel is lost inside of you, because you are perfectly and wonderfully made just the way you are. And I need you to remember that. If I did nothing more but come on this YouTube channel and it's just for that one person, just know that you are worth it. And I'll do it again and again and again and again to make you feel like the person that God called you to be. Whatever it be. And just know, we all fall short and fall on our face. We do. Lord knows I do. Sometimes I think I'm clumsy. Sometimes I'm like, Lord, you sure you want to mess with me? Like, he'd be like, girl, if you don't get up. And I have that type of relationship with God. Like, I actually have, I'll be like, God, you know what? You see her over there. She talking all that noise. And you know what God said? Sin, what is it? Anger and sin not. I'm like, today is not the day for these scriptures. But that's me and God. Like that, I don't talk to God like all the time. Father God, in the precious name of Jesus. Sometimes I'll be like, girl, God, you better get her. You better get this person. Like, that's the type of relationship I have with God. I talk to God like God's my best friend. You know, because when I didn't have nothing else in my life, it was me and God against the world. Me raising my kids, it was me and God against the world. You know, I didn't have a lot of money when raising my babies, and leaving their dad was a big decision. But at the same time, it was worth it because I chose my peace. I chose my peace. And I wanted my kids to grow up in peace. And so, again, for those of you who don't know about my podcast, it's called J. Marie Speaks. It's on, if you look on my YouTube, if you look on this channel, different sessions, I have it automatically uploaded on my YouTube channel. If there's anything you want me to talk about, y'all let me know. You know, if it's any events and stuff you want to coordinate together for the community, I'm all for it. If you got a community event that you've got going on and you need some help, let me know so that I can see if I can rally up some other people and we just all come out and help you. It's up to us to work together to change the world. Y'all remember, we are better together. And I want to tell you, I love you. I love you. I love you. Enjoy yourself being single. Take yourself out on the dates that you thought you should have been taken out of. Be content with your peace of mind and get ready for your husband. Get ready for your wife if that's what you choose to have, because you don't want to present yourself as a broken person that they need to fix. You want to be able to enjoy your relationship, be happy and be healthy. Let that ex stay an ex, baby. Stop looking in the rearview mirror of the past. Let's start looking through the windshield of the future, honey. Windshield of the future. All right? I know we have some storms, but guys, we're able to breathe, walk, talk. We can do this. Whatever you want to do, set your mind to it and just do it. As Nike said, just do it. So guys, all right. We had a great successful session tonight for whomever comes on here and sees this podcast later on. I hope it was a blessing to your life. Like, share, send me a comment. I also have my email address up there. If you want to connect, we can. Guys, I do movie nights. I just love to do things that make people happy, to remind you of how special you are. And just because you're an adult doesn't mean that you can't have good, wholesome fun. You don't always have to go to somebody's club. You can go to bowling. You can watch movies. You can just there's so many great things that you can do. Me, I love to go to zoo, jazz music, you know, uh, Broadway plays, stuff like that, stuff that people don't normally do. But that's just my thing. Love classical music. I love all genres of music except bluegrass. I can't do bluegrass. Sorry, y'all, but I can't do bluegrass. But anyway, with that being said, next week I will see y'all here on Tuesday. If you are going to be here, if you're not, I want to go ahead and tell you have a happy Thanksgiving. For those of you that are indigenous, I know out of respect, Thanksgiving is not the holiday to necessarily be celebrated. I know my family is also indigenous, has an indigenous heritage too. I understand, but every day is a day to be thankful. One of the podcasts in December, I did schedule it the opposite week, and that's because I will be going out of the country because I'm going on vacation. So again, live your best life, love on you all day, every single day. Because if as much stuff as I've been through in my life, I'm gonna love on me. So whether I got a man or not, I got me. All right. So y'all be blessed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.